Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Battle Out West. It's the championship for the Bluegrass trucks. It's going to be everything we have been working up for. It's going to be fun to see these guys battle it out here tonight for the truck racing championship. I mean, this has been a season that has definitely had its ups and downs. Definitely different drivers getting themselves up into that top four. Maybe not expecting to see up in that top four as we go into the night. It's going to be Ronnie Shirk, Jason Collins, Nate Mowrer, and Will Weber. Those are your drivers right there. You are looking at championship-wise in the top four right now. Nate Mowrer got himself in the pole position. Will Weber in third, but those are only four drivers out qualified currently at the moment. As we got a couple drivers in pit road, but it's going to be an exciting night. Definitely always a good race here at Phoenix to see these drivers really show that skill. You know, a lot of driver skill goes into a track like Phoenix, and these truck series guys, a lot of skill to go around. It's going to be fun to see our battle for the truck championship here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers attack Phoenix. We do know that Phoenix is a track that's got turned around a couple of times. The back stretch used to be the front stretch used to be the back stretch. So it's going all over the place. But it's going to be an interesting race here tonight. As these boys are going to be battling it out for that championship trophy. Yes, we do have a trophy. Pulling it up on here. On screen, you see it there. That is the trophy that Travis Twitty has made with a 3D printer, and he's going to be sending it to the winner of this race. So anybody wants any 3D printed stuff, go check out Twitty. Look at how good that is. That looks really good.
Yeah, Jason just had to remind me $500 is all on the line here tonight, Chris. That is a lot of dough for a Phoenix racer tonight. But yeah, you know, not only do we got so many things on the line, Chris, we've got another driver up here last week, Jeremiah Hobbs. This week, we've got Matt Grenier up here in the booth here for the Truck Series. Matt, we know you are excited to be up here with us. Excited to have you, man. As we were watching you on your run throughout this season. How you feeling about these boys coming into Phoenix tonight? What you expecting from these trucks here tonight? I know it's going to be one of those nights here, maybe at Phoenix, especially with these champion drivers. How you feeling? These boys are going to go into the night.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they have to offer. I know these top four guys are going to race their hearts out. I know what it was like a year ago from my championship run in the Cup Series in Season 2, so I know these guys are going to pull out all the stops and go after it as best they can. I know these guys are going to. I think whoever ends up saving their stuff the best will probably end up coming out on top. So I'm looking forward to seeing some hard racing tonight.
Yeah, it's expecting to see some hard racing for sure here tonight. Phoenix, like Chris said, one of those tracks that's been flip-flop around a couple times in real life. Still on iRacing, we're using an older layout. As we know, they turns 3 and 4 is it's all backwards now. Go into turns 1 and 2. Or the start finish line's right here in turns 1 and 2, correct? Something like that. I can't really remember. I've only watched like a couple Phoenix races. So yeah, about right here is where the stripe is coming out of 1, and then it throws you down into the. So yeah, it's all out of sorts, and here in iRacing, a little bit easier to catch a grass, get that straight away with the flag. But you know, it's still going to be a good night. Still going to see some fun racing. Know some drivers can go below that yellow every now and then in the late runs. You'll see some pick up some grip on that apron. Is Travis White, that 23. He's going to set himself into that pole position, Chris. That number 23 machine, 22 or 27.82. He's a tenth faster than that 971 and Nate Mowrer. That was probably his second lap, so not sure what Nate's fastest lap was. Do apologize for that, but looks like Travis White going to set himself in that pole. Currently at the moment is Ed Osborne coming around for his second lap. We'll see or the man who made it all the way into the round of 8. Ed Osborne had a good run this season. One of those drivers that was just very consistent. Look at that, Ed Osborne. Pole position with a 21.7.817.
Yeah.
Good to see that 42 still showing pace, man. He might be onto something here in this late season.
Yeah, that 42 looking really good, setting himself up in that pole position. So looking to see that 42 train rolling out.
Ed's really put in some time this week trying to, make sure that he's got all his marks right. I was running with him a little bit earlier today just to check out what the truck felt like, and he was really working hard trying to make sure he had everything down. So I look to see a lot out of him tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, I will say that one thing about racing on these tracks are if you put the practice in, it will show in the race. A lot of these drivers they talk. You can hear. A lot of these races you'll hear them go, I just bought the track today. I haven't practiced it. I haven't done anything. Never really been here. Whatever. You hear that all the time in league races, even official races. So it's one of those things that a lot of the guys don't put a lot of practice into it. But when you do practice, you see it does show.
And you are right. I mean, a lot of these drivers just natural talent, man. I mean, that's where it comes when you're just one of those guys that can pick up a track and go with it. That's just called being talented and a natural will, man. You got a lot of guys that can do that, but definitely taking that extra step, that extra mile, can really stretch those tenths, man. You can find just hundredths of a second in some of these corners, even just to finding the perfect tire saving line or finding a great fuel strategy. Either way, man. Just putting in 20, 30 more laps every time you think you're done. You can find that extra step, and eventually you're going to see a lot of these drivers build off of it. Ed Osborne, one of those drivers throughout the season, man, looks like he's been building on it. Good to see that 42, even when he's not fighting for the playoff here. Still digging, man. He still wants to pick up that win, but Jason Collins going to take that pole position away. 27.697 coming from that 3 machine, as last week he had a very, very tough week. But he was able to sneak himself into the playoffs. His 3 machine, he is back. He is ready to take the butt kicker to these boys here tonight.
Yeah, I was going to make a little bit of a meme earlier in the Discord chat. I was going to show Jason that little move that he did there, coming off of that green flag run. It looked like little door stoppers you see a cat play with. That's what it's what it kind of reminded me of when he spun and hit the wall. It just kind of like flopped back and forth, and I was like, oh, I knew that was unfortunate for him. I hated it for him.
Yeah, that was unfortunate last week for Jason Collins. Good to see him bouncing back though, man. Still showing speed here, not letting him get him down. He knows he's still got this race ahead of him tonight at Phoenix. You're gonna see a lot of these drivers. Man, did CJ Mason got door numbers?
I was about to say CJ Mason's got door numbers. He's got 2 of them, but hey, they're on there.
As I say, CJ Mason's like all year has had like the only truck that hasn't had door numbers, and it's weird. That truck looks like an actual truck now.
And
Maybe
we
just
still know what number he was.
Yeah, we still knew the whole time he was 55, man. Come on. CJ Mason. Because he's going to set his first lap, 28.675. It's currently going to put him at tail end of the field. Out of the 9 drivers that have qualified so far, we'll see if that 55 able to pick it up. But, yeah, it's... You're seeing that apron be used up a lot coming down the back straightaway. Matt, take us through that, man. What is that like? Coming off that, put it in the, I guess, the perspective of the fans. A lot of these people maybe not understanding here at Phoenix, coming out of turn number 2 and then throwing that thing down the apron, down that little trioval back straightaway area. That's can get very sketchy down there. You can see guys taking it 5, 6 wide sometimes here on the restarts at Phoenix. To take the fans, at home, what it's going to be like, from a driver's perspective here tonight, going in that first lap, and especially seeing these guys all throughout the night using that transition. We know it can get that race car really out of sorts. So, yeah, how does that feel here at a track like Phoenix?
Well, it's definitely interesting to say the least. We're going to come into turn 1 not at full speed, so our braking points are going to be a little bit off. Tires are going to be cold, so the truck in this case is going to be slipping and sliding a little bit. You're going to see that whoever is on the inside will probably hug that inside line. The outside will come back a little bit, but they'll get a run off the corner, and then you're going to see the inside cars probably dart down, hit that apron, and you're going to see the outside cars probably stay on the banking. What gets hairy is when they come back together on that little short chute coming into 3. Or to get on the computer side of things, for the people that only have 1 monitor, you can't see the car on your inside or outside. So when we come back together, you got to have a lot of trust in the guys that are below you. The guys that have triple monitors or running the VR, they'll have that view. But for some of us, it's very nerve-wracking once everyone kind of comes back together. You'll see them cut the corner. It'll help a little bit in some spots. Those inside guys will kind of upset the entry into 3, where the outside will have a better line. It'll be interesting to see who can make that work and who can't, and the ones that can take advantage of it will probably move to the front.
Yeah, I'd agree completely. Phoenix, one of those tracks, man, I feel like sometimes gets a bad rap. A lot of people not necessarily too keen on it, but I feel like it's just one of those tracks, man, especially I know me personally, it's one of those tracks that's always been very, very hard pick up on. And it's just one of those tracks tonight that's going to be fun, man. You get to see a lot of driver skill at a track like Phoenix. I mean, you get to see these guys really will it out here. And like you were saying earlier, that single monitor, man, going all the way from that low lane all the way back to the top of the track from the apron. It can get sketchy sometimes, man, and you do have to have a lot of trust. I'm one of those drivers that know what it's like to be racing on that single monitor, man. You just have to trust that guy on your inside or outside or wherever he's at and hope that he holds your line just like you're holding your line. I mean, you just never know. I mean, you could do the whole D-pad look up if you got, certain wheels or certain setups, but it's almost like looking out the window when you're driving down the road. Eventually, you're going to start swerving left or right because you're just not paying attention to where you're going. That's kind of how it gets when you're trying to look around inside that rig. And like you said, VR definitely a big help at a track like this. But it looks like qualifying is going to be over. We're going to have our grid set. Just waiting for a couple trucks to grid up. Sorry about that. Was listening to some of the driver chat before these guys got gridded up here. Just talking about what they're going to do here on lap 1. It's going to be fun to see, but should see a couple of these drivers getting gridded up here. And it's going to be a fun night here at Phoenix, man. We got a dog leg that people like to cut. We got everything, man. It's going to be a fun track. It is a fun track. It looks like we are ready, Chris. If you want to go ahead and hop on board with our leader here. Sitting in that pole position, it's going to be one of those guys battling for the championship here tonight. It's going to be that number 3 of Jason Collins sitting on the pole at Phoenix. Then go to that outside lane. It was a man who made it all the way into the round of 8, but unluckily, fell out last week. It's going to be that 42 Ed Osborne not hanging his head, though. He's still going to bring that speed here. He's going to sit himself on that outside pole. Another one of your championship contenders. It's going to be that 23 of Travis White, sitting in that 3rd place spot with Nate Mowrer, also racing for that championship here tonight, sitting in P4. Wait, is it Will Weber? Is it Will Weber? My fault. I forget. They drive the same similar trucks. That is very much my fault. So, yeah, the 23 not racing for the championship here tonight. Just had that playoff banner. I do apologize for that. But the 971 is racing in the playoffs here tonight. He is going to be setting himself in that P4 position. Then it's going to be Ronnie Shirk, last week's winner. He's going to be sitting in that P5 spot, also racing for that crown here tonight and try to pick up that championship. Then it's going to be CJ Mason in that P6 spot. He is going to be lining up there in that 55 truck with Logan Russell in that P7 spot. And then there's the man who will be racing for that championship here tonight, that 24 machine of Will Weber. He is sitting in that 8th spot. So that's the last of your championship 4. Then it's going to be Wes Wigan in P9 with excuse me. It's not showing me. He's down 2 positions. If you want to go ahead and pick it up from there, Chris, that'd be great.
Yeah, so you got Dylan Butler in P10 with Brad Gebhart in 11th. Jeremiah Hobbs in P12. With Robert Richards in 13th, Travis Twitty in 14th, Brian Terry in 15th, Josh Lockwood in 16th, Michael Brisen in 17th, Gary Gazorski in 18th, and White Wreck in 19th.
Those might be racing control, those last 3 drivers,
Joe.
Joe. Yeah, and
correct.
oh, green flag, we're already rolling. Woo-hoo. That was quick.
That was quick.
Yeah, I do apologize for that. As Jason Collins going to get off to a good start here. He's going to lead these boys into turn number 1. We'll see how the rest of the field stacks up coming out of turn number 1 here. Looks like Ed Osborne, big out of pace.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a checkup there going to that start. We did see a little bit of checking up going on that outside lane. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe just a little bit of checkup. Jason Collins getting out to a good jump though.
Yeah, it looks like he's hitting his lines pretty nice in this early going. Nice clean start by everyone, so looking good so far here.
As we were talking about that cutting down, you see it right there, that 971, that 23, Travis White, Nate Mowrer. They're going to shortcut that track just a little bit, but as the run lengthens out, that shortcutting really doesn't seem to work as well as it does here in the first couple laps. Once you're up to speed, it seems like you can get yourself pulled up next to a car sometimes with it, but it doesn't work all the time.
Well, looks like you got a wreck on the front stretch.
Oh, we do have a wreck on the front stretch. Looks like it's going to be that 11 of Josh Lockwood. We'll have to see what happened this number 11. Unfortunate for that that Ford F-150. We know Josh Lockwood, another one of those drivers, man, that's just been caught up in all that stuff this season. I'm pretty sure he's ready for this truck season. Not necessarily to be over, maybe because he can't drive, but man, it's just been a rough season for that 11 of Josh Lockwood. He probably just wants to reset. It looks like he got a little loose coming off of turn 4, and the camera just decided to go completely AWOL on us right there. As we'll get another angle of right here. Looks like he got loose coming through 3 and 4. He was already wobbling, and as he just came on exit, just got out a little bit wider than he probably wanted to right there. Got back on the gas and just lit up those rears. But man, it's always a nice looking race truck from that 11. But unfortunate for him, he's going to have a little bit of damage on that front left. Doesn't seem like too much. Lockwood should be able to get back into it. Just going to lose some positions there. Huh? Oh yeah, and I was. No, what I was trying, I'll reiterate on what I was saying about that. Not saying that he can't race like that, saying like, not because he's not going to be able to race anymore once the season's over. So, yeah, sorry. I did cut off myself halfway through that. Not saying that about Josh Lockwood. He's my doppelganger, man. I know his name is Josh. How am I going to dislike Josh Lockwood, man? Nobody can. He looks just like me, so it's awkward. Yeah. No, yeah. No, you are correct. I needed to reiterate on that. Didn't want to.
Sorry, I was talking in the background.
Didn't want the wrong thing to come out for sure. Didn't want people to think I'm over here just throwing jabs at Josh Lockwood, man. There's no way I can do that.
Going back, looking at the replay, I think that was more just a product of the cold tires to start the race. When I was doing a little bit of testing with Ed earlier, I found it was very loose right at the start of the race on cold tires. Once they get heated up, you know, these guys will probably take off and get moving.
Yeah, you can definitely see him just sliding up the track right there. It just, no really, what's the word I'm looking for? No like big hints or anything. Not letting him know like, hey, I'm going. It's just, you're there. You're a passenger once it goes, you know?
At that spot, you're back in the gas. You're pretty close to full throttle. So on the cold tires, they're just going to heat up. They're just going to start losing grip because they haven't heated up yet. And truck's just going to come around on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Life with Megan Lynn. Good luck, Jason. So thank you for watching us on YouTube. Joey Doucette, thanks for being on YouTube, man. Good luck for the Final Four. Depending on how many people there are, might not be green flag pit stops. So, hey, you hear that? Joey Doucette saying we might have some cautions as we are under our first caution here right now. And then Brandon, I want to say this is Brandon Robertson, says first pit stop will be key here. I'm putting my money on whoever starts P1. Hopefully we can have a clean race and the top 4 can make it to the top, the last 10 laps for an all-out duel. Then we got Fender Bender Kinder on Facebook. Good luck, boys. Troy Kettler, I'm watching. Good to have you again, Troy. And then Jonathan Swartz. Good luck, everyone. Good to have you on Facebook.
They're good to have all the guys out here. Got the Cup Series drivers, got our fans out there. Good to have all you guys out here, whether you're just a fan or a driver in the league. You know, it's fun to see you boys and girls out here every week, and it's glad to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday night here as we got the battle out west here for this championship. Jason Collins going to be out in the lead as they come back to the green flag here in just a moment.
Yeah, and make sure to everybody watching on that Facebook and YouTube page to go like the Facebook, the Bluegrass Facebook page, to share the stream tonight. Make sure to, I want to say, comment on the page as well. And you go to the Buttkicker page and like their page on Facebook, and you will be entered into a drawing to win a Buttkicker Series 2 tomorrow in the Cup race. So be tuned out for that.
All right, so let's see if this number 3's got it for these boys again on this restart. Very tight. Coming out of turn number 3, Travis White right on that outside lane. He is wanting to go. As we're going to see that 971 and 8 Mowrer now restart on that inside lane. We'll see if that'll give him a better run up to that 3 of Jason Collins. If the green flag is out, we're rolling. Jason back off to a good start here. It doesn't let that inside lane. Nate Mowrer going to roll on through. And look at that. Here comes that 51 of Ronnie Shirk. He's got himself up in the 4th place. Good to see that 51 machine rolling up here. As look at that. Right behind them as well, Will Weber sitting in that P5 spot. So your championship runner sitting 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th right now. So we have a good little battle here out early. Man, that's not good having all those championship boys up there early. they could start getting impatient. But we'll see if they start pushing those triggers yet, or if they're going to really wait till the end of the race. Because the way it's looking right now, we've got a good race for our championship. What's the word I'm looking for? All set up as man. Goodness, I forgot what I was talking about. As we are for sure looking at a win to win the championship. At that, it's not one of those. You just got to finish out the highest out of those four. I mean, you don't necessarily have to win, but the way it's looking right now, if all these playoff boys are going to be running up there towards your lead, you're going to have to win tonight to definitely secure that championship. So it is going to be a fun night here for sure all night. Definitely not going to want to miss this one.
Yeah, I think that's a big key right there. I mean, you can definitely win this championship, but you don't have to win the race, but you do have to finish in front of everyone else, which, with the looks of the competition this year, these guys, man, they run hard and probably going to have to win it to take it all home tonight.
Yeah, look at that 23 of Travis White taking that inside lane on that 971, moving past that 971. So you see a little bit of a checkup there from that 971. That 51 of Ronnie Shirk, he's going to make that move on the inside. And look at that, the 24 Will Weber in tow behind him. So that 971 looks like he might have a little bit of a issue going on in that truck.
Yeah, and this is playoff implications early here. I mean, this is for the championship, man. These guys battling out here early. That's not good to let Jason Collins just get up there and run. I mean, it looks like Travis White's starting to find something in that race truck as these tires starting to settle in a little bit. But you got 3 championship runners back there in that second, third, and fourth position, or excuse me, third, fourth, and fifth position. So hopefully these boys don't race too hard. They don't want to spoil their night here early. But it looks like everybody's going to get all settled out right now. We're going to keep the gloves on, play nice for the moment. As right now, Travis White, fastest man on the track that last time by. We'll see what about this time by. He's out of turn number 4. He's going to get it a little bit loose. But let's see. Looks like he is not going to be the fastest lap on the track or of the session again, but that is going to still be the fastest lap on the track. A 28.03. He set a 27.59 last time, so he was rolling. But it looks like he settled it down just a little bit. 3/10 away from our leader, Jason Collins. It'll be interesting to see now if this 23 takes it to these boys. We know Travis wants to win. We'll see if he tries to win. He made the pass on that 971. He's getting up here and running with Jason. It's going to be interesting to see if he does try to pass and how aggressive Jason's going to be. I mean, it's not one of those situations he's got to win the race if he's out in the lead. Just got to finish ahead of your other, championship competitors. And it's just fun to see how aggressive he is going to play towards this 23 and Travis White when he gets there.
When you've got the money on the line too, first place gets a lot of money. So you got a lot of money on the line. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I know they said it was there was $500 altogether.
$500. $500 is the winner.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Woo. So yeah, Travis White trying to get up there in that first position, but he's having to battle it out with Jason Collins right now. Maybe that 23 starting to run that equipment just a little too hard and try to keep up with that 3 truck. Let's see if that 23 can make it. You see him driving in there really hard.
Yeah, 500 bones on the line here tonight. That's a lot of cash, man. These boys definitely going to be up willing. You hear that old saying, I'd wreck my mother for a checkered flag. Well, would you wreck your mother for a checkered flag and $500 here on iRacing tonight? We'll see if these Bluegrass boys are going to get that aggressive. I haven't really seen that aggressiveness all year in the Truck Series, Chris. So this is where it comes into fruition, right?
Yeah, this is where it all makes or breaks it. As you see Travis White still rolling up to the back bumper there of that 3 of Jason Collins. Jason Collins looks like he's on a conserve line now, so that maybe that 3 is starting to be a little conservative.
Whoa!
But you see the 23 getting in there really hard.
23's got it under control. He's just putting the pressure to that 3 of Jason Collins. I mean, this is what we were talking about early. Oh, Jason going to go back across that 23. So it looks like Jason not playing it easy, man. He's definitely going to take it to this 23. Let's just hope Jason doesn't get himself hurt, man. I don't want to see him get himself battled out with, with a car that he's not even racing the championship for. So if I'm that 3 spotter, I'm telling him, let this 23 go, man. Let's get back on the loud pedal. Don't let that 51 behind get by. That's what I'd like to see here. But that 3 of Jason Collins, man, his own driver, looks like he's pulling that gap back out again already. 4/10 now on Travis White. But if it gets recollected, that 23 comes storming back up. I'm definitely telling that 3, if he's my driver, to just let him go, man. It ain't worth it right now.
Yeah, as we're riding on board here with that 971 and Nate Mowrer, it looks like he's falling back a few positions. You saw him up there in that second position. Now he's falling back to the 6th position. So Nate Mowrer starting to fall back just a little bit in the field. So maybe battling it up there with that 3 of Jason Collins, maybe wore his equipment out a little quicker than he wanted to.
It looks like he's been stuck on the high side for a majority of this run, which is probably going to hurt him a little bit as the run goes on, especially if we stay green here.
Yeah, I was going to say, every time we check in on that 971, it seems like that Simbox machine rolling that mid to outside lane, and, you know, exactly what Matt just said, that is going to kill those tires here at a track like Phoenix. He's definitely going to try to get back on the inside as soon as he can, but right now it's hung him all the way back to 7th. He was running 2nd as his highest, you know, all night. Weird to see that 971 fall back this early. Usually not a driver to use his equipment up early, but looks like that 971 going to take from this first run. These guys will definitely get it recuperated after they get fresh tires on. You'll start seeing these guys that aren't being as fast right now be faster.
Yeah, probably a little bit of a strategy play from that 971. Just let these guys go up there, maybe get into the wreck, get into the mix of everything, and you know, something like that happened. Maybe, you know, that 971 knows that he's got a stage break coming up in 40 laps. So, you know, hey, he's just looking at it like, you know what, I can just kind of cruise right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting to see these drivers start to do. Is you see Ronnie Shirk, man, as we like to say it, that Shirk on the lurk. I mean, he's starting to sit about a second, 4/10 back now from that leader of Jason Collins. And Travis White, excuse me, is Will Weber doing the same. He's just kind of hanging out back there in an island of his own. So those are your 3 championship out of 4 championship contenders: Jason Collins, Ronnie Shirk, and Will Weber sitting in that 1st, 3rd, and 4th position. And then Nate Mowrer in 8th. Looks like he's finally going to let all that traffic get down to him. That 971 is going to finally be able to get to that low lane. We'll see if he starts to pick these cars back off, or if that equipment's too much, having to battle all these cars on that outside lane.
As you see that 23 of Travis White, he's still hanging with that 3 of Jason Collins. It looks like at 23, he's taking a little bit more of an inside line. You see Jason Collins not rolling up too high, or not rolling down too low to that bottom lane. That 23 is definitely tucking it in a lot further. You saw him taking that dog leg section as well, running it down below that yellow line, but it looks like he did not do it that lap. So maybe he's starting to realize that line's not really working out, because it looks like that 3's starting to pull away from him again.
Consistency is going to play a key role here, and Jason seems to be doing that so far. That's going to help him tonight.
Yeah, consistency is the game. That is one thing that whenever you get into a race car, you know, on the sim, they don't teach you that. They don't teach you consistency, and that's something that really matters in long-term races like these. You got 150 laps, you know, can't win it in the first 20, so really got to pace yourself and work your equipment. As you see that 3 starting to pull away from that 23. So Travis White looks like maybe that little bit of battling that he had in that tough driving started to catch up to him, and now that 23 is starting to fall back. That's going to let that 51 of Ronnie Shirk start catching him.
I was going to say exactly that. Ronnie Shirk now starting to put that gap to Travis White down a lot. We'll see if that 51 can get up there. Where with that 23 here in a moment, as we're getting close to lap number 30. Lap 27 this time by, as you're seeing Ronnie Shirk just roll it out of turn number 2, and he'll come down this little travel back straightaway, dog leg area, whatever you want to call it. It's into turn number 3 and 4. We're going to see that 51 rims 1 Chevy Silverado put about 2 tenths on Travis White that lap. So really starting to catch that 23. We'll see if he's got a pass ready. As that 24, Will Weber, that's a beautiful camera right there on the wall, man. Watch those boys will it out of the bottom of the track and just full sideways up the top of the track. It just looks so good. One thing about Phoenix, as fun as it is to drive here, definitely hard on those equipment. And here at lap 28, Chris, you know, we were talking about it just a second ago with Travis White and Matt, you know, as well. These guys are definitely going to start filling that equipment. I heard, you know, y'all hitting on that point of consistency. Going to be hard to hit that consistency now as we got those tires really starting to take that wear to the next level. It's going to be fun to see when these guys decide to come down pit road. As I say that, though, 11 and Josh Lockwood just going to radio over. He is coming down pit lane here at lap 29. So maybe the opening sequence for those green flag pit stops here.
as you see that 3 of Jason Collins starting to pull up on that back bumper of that 11 of Josh Lockwood. Josh Lockwood going to go ahead and pull it down that pit lane. So going to go ahead and he's going to pull the trigger first. So let's see. You know, we always say that the pit stop bug is what it is. You know, you hear somebody call out, and then the next thing you know, you got 30 people calling out over the radio coming down pit lane. So let's see how long these drivers decide to say, hey, these tires are done. Is look at that. The 51 of Ronnie Shirk pulling up on that back bumper of that 23 truck, excuse me, as you see him going near into turn 3. Looks like he was thinking about it, but that 51 going to back off. But that 51 should be knocking on that door here in a few seconds.
Yeah, and how aggressive is this 51 going to be is my question. We know Ronnie Shirk not afraid to put the bumper to somebody. He did to Doug Nill last week at Martinsville, and wouldn't be surprised to see that 51 machine get impatient with that 23 if he gets held up for, you know, a handful of laps. But right now it looks like they're going to race clean, and Ronnie Shirk, one of those guys that definitely isn't going to put the bumper to you. I mean, it's just last week was a do-or-die situation. He felt like he was in a certain situation. And I say that, though, he's not going to use that bumper. 51 going to come down pit road, 971 as well, as you see him slowing it down there in the back. Looks like he was going pretty fast. He's going to get it woed up, though.
So one thing you'll see here as we cycle through pit stops, you'll be able to tell, you know, the trucks that are handling well or if they've used up their tires. If you watch them go into turn 1, ones that are able to keep it on that low line on the yellow line, you know, they're hooked up, their tires are working for them. The ones that aren't, you'll see them drift up early in the corner, and that just hurts their exit. So it's a good indication of whether the tires are failing them or if they're on or if they've taken better care of them.
Yeah, as you see that, I see about half the field doing that slide up halfway through the turn.
Yep.
So
when you start to see it, it's crazy because it's all you notice.
Yeah, it's all I was noticing. I was like, man, he's right. He's right. he's speaking the magic out here. Is Will Weber going to come down pit road? Brad Gebhardt, Ed Osborne, CJ Mason, Logan Russell, and Travis Tweedy all in their pit stalls currently getting service. So definitely, that did open up that, as Chris said, that that green flag at pit stop bug. All these drivers saw it was working well for them. They decided, hey, might as well do it too. Looks like Jason Collins going to stay out here at lap number 35. He's going to keep digging that 3.
Yeah, it looked like he got just a little loose coming off of that corner, so maybe he was thinking about pit lane and just came up on him just a little too fast, or that 3 was just playing the game, making everybody else pit. Because it does look like the 23 of Travis White's also down pit lane, Robert Richards down pit lane.
Here comes Jason Collins. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, Jason Collins coming down now, and then that 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs. He's should assume the lead if he does not go down pit lane, which does look like maybe he's slowing it down. Nope. He's going to run that yellow line just a little bit. So that 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs, who was in the booth last week, is going to assume that lead here on lap 36.
Yeah, and that's Michael Brisden. Fresh tires on that 71 machine. Actually, not too fresh. Pitted on lap 29. What was you going to say, Matt? Excuse me.
I was going to say, I'll be curious to see how these drivers that pitted early, if they make up any time on Jason's lead or if this lead that he put on him pays off for him.
Yeah, I mean, the lead definitely wasn't, like, insurmountable. You know, it's not like it was one of those you got to climb to the top of a mountain just to reach the button kind of lead. I mean, he was, 48 around. This is definitely going to stack him back up. Caution out. 48 of Robert Richards around out of turn number 4. Whoa, Logan Russell. And that looks like Travis Twitty coming out of turn 4. Oh, come on, Twitty, don't get caught up in that. Oh, no. I have volume unmuted. Oh, yeah, he got caught up in it.
This is going to be big for Jason here. Jason will be on fresh tires, essentially, and everyone else, or a good portion of them, will have a few laps on their tires. Oh man, I hate it for him, man. He's such a good guy, and I love to watch him run. Hopefully he didn't hurt his truck too much.
Yeah, and I can hear Twitty right now. Come on, man. I can hear it. I can hear it. I just know I know Twitty's reactions to all this. So, man, feels so bad, man. Every week we've got our biasness towards that 29 in the booth, man. He's our boy, man. Like you were just saying, Matt. Great guy. I love talking to Twitty, man. You know, he's a great guy. Loves this league. Absolutely, just an awesome individual. So it's one of those guys. You know, we saw him pick up his first top 10 of the season. Now we're trying to get him his podium at 29. You know, we always tell him he's going to win. He's got this last attempt to get that podium. Or just that top 5, top 10. Let's see if Twitty's got it in him here tonight.
It's coming to him at some point.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. He's a very consistent driver, and he puts in a lot of hours. Probably the nicest rig in the league too, at least setup wise. I love the way it looks.
He's got one of the nicer ones that I've seen so far.
Yeah, it must be real nice after every race, man, getting to climb out your rig, you know, taking that wheel off, feeling like a real race car driver, you know. I always tell him, Twitty, I'm coming over to your house, man. That's where I'm going for my birthday, Twitty's. As we are going to be under caution here from that 48, Robert Richards getting around out of turn number 4. And the man we were just giving all the airtime right there, Travis Twitty, he is going to get involved in that after things are said and done. Unfortunate for all those guys, but it looks like maybe on Chris's part of the stream, it might have, from his point of view, I think Trading Paints might have just freaked out for a moment. So if you're seeing some blanked out trucks, that is why. They'll load back up in just a second. So I do apologize for that. Sometimes Trading Paints will reset in the middle of a stream if it doesn't have like one of the paints downloaded. But I just know Trading Paints can be goofy sometimes. Sometimes, you know, 98% of the time it works. Then you got that 2% of the time where it'll just have a mind of its own, and you have to reset it 8 times, or it'll do what it just did. Re-download paints in the middle of the race.
Yeah,
so,
I was just sitting here listening to Josh talk and looking at the ticker, and I look over, and then all the trucks just went blank, and I was like, okay. So, do apologize about that, but it looks like it's got everything situated now.
So you were talking about this a second ago, Matt. Going to be fun to see if any of those guys on pit stop strategies make up position. Well, look at that. Jeremiah Hobbs came down at lap 36. That caution came out at the right time. That's going to put him up 10 spots. So Jeremiah Hobbs and that 10 machine, a guy we had in the booth last week for the Cup Series, he is going to be sitting on that outside lane. Picked up his first win at Daytona. Unfortunately, didn't make it into the playoffs after the round of 12. That 10 machine was very consistent all early season, but didn't pick up his first win until Daytona just about 2 weeks ago. But we'll see how that 10 does do here, as he's going to start on that outside lane. I know Jason Collins said he's going to take it easy on the restart here. But you got that 971 and Nate Mowrer, who's worked his way back up here. Good to see that 971 back in 4th place. Fresh tires, green flag. We'll see how these drivers react here, as we are rolling here. Oh, Will Weber, Nate Mowrer already in an early battle, excuse me. That's too wide coming out of turn number 2. 971 gonna hook it up on that line. Whew.
Wow, what a move. Oh, wow.
3's in the wall.
What a move there.
Whoa, 10's going around Jeremiah Hobbs around. No!
Oh, no. Oh, boy. That's huge right there, boys.
I wish y'all could see my face right now. So we see the 3 going into the wall there. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Might need to go back a little bit more. Yeah, I missed what happened between the 23 and 3 there.
I think you just get in a little hot. Tires probably weren't warmed up yet.
I don't know. It doesn't look like the 23 made any contact. Maybe the 3 just checked up and we'll go on to his onboard. We'll actually see.
I mean, it could be that 23 could have sucked a lot of air off that 3's rear end as well. Just got that truck plowing tight. As oh man, the cameras are just gonna want to go funky on us right here.
Yeah, sorry about that. 1 second. I will get it situated. That's not the person I clicked on. Having to do it guerrilla style. Sorry about that. All right, We're going to go on board here with that 23. Yeah, it doesn't look like there was any contact.
I mean, Jason Collins' truck did turn right, like it either got hit or he just got super tight. But I mean, obviously there's no contact between him and Travis White. As you really see, he's cranking that wheel in and it is just plowing up the racetrack. So I'm not sure what necessarily happened in each one of their sims. I mean, we could have saw a little bit of something different. We know netcode sometimes can work a little bit differently with some drivers, but yeah, see, he just gets tight. Almost looks like Collins blows a tire in a sense. How hard he goes up that racetrack. I'm not sure what happened, man, but that's early championship implications, and that is not what we wanted to see from Jason Collins.
Yes, it doesn't look like he got hit. It looks like maybe he just went into the turn too hot, didn't get it checked up, and then you see the 10 go around, and then the 3 just have nowhere to go. And then pretty much did the same thing he did last week.
Yeah, like you said a minute ago, Chris, I'm at a loss for words, man. It did shake things up big time. It is now going to be a 3-man battle, man. Unfortunate for Jason Collins. That's just not what you wanted to see.
Talk about some unfortunate luck and unfortunate timing, man. Oh.
Yeah, because like
Indeed.
I said, it looks like that 23, or it looks like the 3 just got into the turn just a little too hot. Maybe was trying to get on the brakes, get it slowed up. Wasn't expecting that 23 to get a massive run like he did. And then you see him just get up into the wall, and the 10 go around. And the 3 has nowhere to go at that point. So Jason Collins just, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, I mean that's what could be the frustration. I mean that honestly could be you just hit it right, Chris. I mean, at 23, maybe just getting into 3 a little bit harder than the 3 was expecting for sure. And when he got in, he was probably running his normal, line. And as he's going to diamond into the turn, that 23 is just there. And I mean, either that or, I mean, he's just got to, check up or whatever. And the 10 just got out of his groove, man, got up the racetrack. That's going to stack up, the field. The 10's going to get around in front of him. That's going to collect him. And it's unfortunate, man. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, we do know Jason puts a lot of time into this Bluegrass League, so sucks that it has to end that way for him.
Yeah, but that's going to be all the pass, boys. Green flag's out. Travis White, good start here as we are rolling. Lap 46, and just going to say race control did come over and just, wreck, turn 1. That's Will Weber. Another championship contender around here.
It looks like he's got it straightened back up. Maybe just got a little loose. We'll see if we can go back and
those tires definitely going to be heated up, man.
Go back and catch what happened real quick.
It's like he went to go cut the nose off the 55. The 55 just had a run, man.
Yeah, so the 24 is going to fall back just a little bit. Doesn't look like the 24 has much damage. So maybe he'll get lucky here. Maybe that was just a little bit of a spin, but it doesn't look like that truck's a little bit slower.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on that 24. Man, 2 championship contenders taking big blow. I was just going to say, race control was saying, comment down on the aggressive drivers or driving. These guys just need to be careful. Not telling them they were being over-aggressive, anything like that. Just said the aggressive driving, just be careful, boys. That's all he basically said. So just reminding these drivers that, yeah, you can be aggressive, but just remember, you're out there racing other drivers, and you don't need to put yourself and someone else in jeopardy. If you think the move's not going to stick, don't make it happen. I mean, this is a long race. We've still got a good bit to go. Not even to the 100 lap to go mark yet, and we've already got 2 championship contenders damaged here. So this is just so far looking like it's going to be either Ronnie Shirk or Nate Mowrer. As it looks like Nate Mowrer's actually in the pits. I didn't even notice that 971's in the pits for 5 minutes.
Did he end up getting some damage on one of those?
I didn't even see anything happen.
I didn't even notice that. I was just about to say that.
I'll go see if I can find something here.
Yeah, I didn't get any kind of
crash notifications or anything for that nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have found it here. Hold on, guys. Let me see what I find.
Yeah, we do apologize about that, man. That was something that just caught me off guard. All this has been going by so quickly. I didn't even see that 971 down pit road. So right now,
Yep. So on lap 41, when Jason and the 10 made contact, just out of frame, the 971 came in and hit the 10 square on. I think that might have given him some damage. Hopefully it's not some engine damage, but he's already enough laps down where he's gonna be
6
close to out
minutes
of
of
contention.
repair.
Yep.
And 6 minutes at a lap or track like here is just a lot of laps.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for that 971. I do apologize about not catching that. I've been scrolling back through here while y'all were talking, looking through my crash notifications. Don't have a single one. All it says is that he passed somebody, and then it says that everybody passed him.
Yeah, again, do apologize about that. Was just going to look, and I was like, wait. Where's that 971 in the field? Down and see he's been in pit lane for about 20 seconds less than Jason Collins. I was like, oh no, how did I miss this? That is unfortunate. Again, to apologize for that, but man, early championship implications are early in that one wreck with that 10 to Jeremiah Hobbs. And so we've only got Will Weber and Ronnie Shirk out on track right now, so it's going to be these two guys racing for the championship currently. And right now, if it was to end at lap 53, Ronnie Shirk would be the champion. So if you're in that 51 or that 24, right now all you're thinking about is just making it to the end of this race, and you who knows? I mean,
yeah,
we could be losing all 4 championship runners at this point with the way they're dropping.
It doesn't matter where you finish in the field, and if you're Ronnie Shirk or Will Weber, as long as you finish in front of the other. So if like Josh said, Ronnie Shirk was to finish in front of Will Weber, then he would win, or vice versa. Or if Jason Collins was to get out here and they were all to wreck out, then he could probably take over it as well. So it's still anybody's ball game, but right now we're looking at Ronnie Shirk currently sitting in that 6th place position. So Travis White just pulling away from the field. So Wes Wiegand currently sitting in 2nd with CJ Mason in 3rd. So got a lot of drivers that we don't normally talk about currently sitting up here in this front 3.
At this point, Ronnie's just going to manage his race.
Yeah, at this point, that would be all you need to do. As you see that 48 of Robert Richards getting around that 55 of CJ Mason. Got a lot of back end damage on that 48, so maybe that 55 just going, hey man, just go on. We had a fun old time last night, so that 55 is just probably just trying to have as much fun as he can out there on that track right now. As we were just listening to Race Patrol, sorry about that. It looks like Robert Richards is starting to catch that 88 of Wes Wiegand. So that 48 is going to be battling for that 2nd position here before too long. There he goes, taking that dog leg.
Way to go for the stage as well.
Yeah, trying to get that stage, but no, Travis White's currently sitting in that 1st position. He's got 2 seconds on that 2nd place position. So Travis White sitting really pretty out here in the lead. But he's got Wes Wiegand and Robert Richards, who's driving really fast up through the field right now, peeking on that door of that 88.
Yeah, Ronnie Shirk sitting in 6th. He currently is your highest in the championship, as it's going to be the white flag for the stage this next time by. That 51 currently sitting in 6th place. He would be your championship winner if the race was to end right now. We're not going to knock on that door too much for Ronnie Shirk, though, at the moment. But he currently is leading your championship at the moment here at Phoenix, as it is going to be the white flag for the stage. And here comes that 23 of Travis White through the dog leg, as he's going to get it woed up and into turns number 3 and 4. And he is going to see the green-white checkered. Here comes that 23 he is going to grab the stage victory here at Phoenix.
See there, that 23 of Travis White going ahead and taking that green-white checker, pulling around to the front stretch. We will get an interview with that 23 as soon as he gets into the pits and does his cycle and everything, gets back out on the track. But yeah, Matt, with all this going on, we've got the 971 in the pits, we got the 3 in the pits. You know, 2 of your championship, you know, contenders are pretty much out of the race, and all we've got left is Ronnie Shirk and Will Weber. What are you looking at? What are you looking at for these, you know, for this last stretch of laps we got going on?
I guess at this point, it's going to be race management. You know, Ronnie's sitting in 6th, looking good. He doesn't need to win the race in order to beat Will Weber to win the championship. So, if he can keep Will behind him, he'll be in good shape. If he's able to contend for the win, that'll just help him even more. But for either one of these two, you know, they just need to. They're racing each other. They forget about all the other guys on the track. They don't matter. It's just the 2 of them that matter to each other in order to take this thing home. So we'll be looking to see how they manage their race from the last I don't know 155 laps or so. I'm sorry, for about 100 laps. Math is hard today. How about?
yeah. Trust me, it's the same way for me, man. It's the same way for me.
Okay, so it's gonna be more like what, 90 laps. Okay, I think I got it this time.
You don't know how many times dude, there's been many times I've said, all right, we got like 45 to go, and Chris will be like, you mean like 13? And I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, it all sounds good in your head when you're thinking about it, but then you gotta say it. So.
Hey, like I've always told people,
Robert Richards gonna beat out Wes Wiegand.
Yeah, he made up that spot on pit road. Like I was saying, the race car math harder than normal math sometimes.
You know, it's funny when you're sitting in the car or the truck trying to do all this on the fly while you're driving. You know, it's difficult. You think it'd be easy sitting in the booth talking about it too, but it's not.
It's that driver coming out on you, man. You're starting to get that anxiety. You're thinking, oh, I got to get it out now. You can't think of what you're trying to say, but all right, looks like we got that 23 of Travis White out on the track. We're going to have a word with Travis White. Excited to hear from him after the stage. I want to pick his brain for just a moment. If I can find our booth. There we go. Travis White, this is Chris, Josh, and Matt up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, man, you just picked up that stage win here, and man, just got to ask you, you know, we saw that move on the restart. No contact between you and the 3, but seems like we're seeing a little bit of frustration out of everybody here tonight. Whew. What's going to be the rest of the momentum going into this race? How do you think everybody's going to crank it up now?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I was pretty frustrated not to be in the playoffs because I had more wins, and according to NASCAR, you know, I protested last week that I was out of the playoffs. So, you know, when it came down to it, I come into this race frustrated. And when I race frustrated, I race hard. And if people don't like hard racing, then that's fine, you know. But I myself, you know, I come out, say I get roughed up or whatever, I come back out, man. I'm a
So we just lost Travis White.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was kind of curious to hear that his motivation to take it home for the win here.
All right, well, the caution lights are out. The 23 is going to pull up to that front stretch. Let's see how good of a jump he's going to get here. 23's off. That 48 still on that outside, though. Woo, good jump from that 48 of Robert Richards. Yeah, you see that 88 of Wes Wiegand. He's still all over that back bumper too, but that 55 of CJ Mason, he's still back there. You got Will Weber currently sitting in that 8th position. Ronnie Shirk sitting in that 6th. So that 24 looks like he sat down pit lane just a little longer than everybody else. Probably took a little bit of damage repair. So that 24 probably got a better truck out here on the track. You see him diving it down low underneath that 44, Brad Gebhardt. Go back up here to that 48. Robert Richards, see him still all over the back bumper of that 23. See if that 23 can hold off that 48. We did see that 48 starting to get a really good drive up through the field.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Ronnie Shirk does here. That 51 machine, he's going to be sitting in 6th place currently, but he's just got to hang on. He's got Will Weber about a few tenths behind him in that 24 machine, so that's the battle for your championship right here. We've got the battle for the lead going on up here, but we also got the battle for the championship going on in that 6th and 7th spot. So here coming to lap 69 this next time by, it's going to be interesting to see when these guys start to turn up that intensity, because they're only about 7 tenths away from each other now, and it's going to start getting fun here. As it looks like that 48 of Robert Richards starting to open up that inside lane. He's going to try to make this move on this 23 of Travis White. So you start to see these non-championship contenders really run hard up here in the front.
Yeah, these guys are starting to put on a little bit of a race here now that they got fresh tires and got bunched back up.
Yeah, they're going to start racing hard, I feel like, here. This
I want
is
to see
definitely...
if... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. I was
just going to say, I want to see if anyone's got anything for this 23, if they keep up with him.
That's exactly what I was about to hit on, man. It's fun to watch right now. This 23 just set the fastest lap of the session, 27.89. So he's definitely rolling out there right now. He's got the pace on those fresh tires. It's fun to see this 23 really chop up right now. He's running hard. Like you said, we'll see if this early run in here with the speed is going to knock his tires off. We know early run when him and the 3 were battling, he was showing the speed. You know, once he got up there and wasn't able to make the pass, it kind of looked like his tires fell off a little bit. Woo! Yeah, that 6th place position. That's not. That's Brian Terry. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought that was Brad Gebhardt as well.
Pass for that 3rd place position, CJ Mason. Look at that, Ronnie Shirk taking that inside lane on Will Weber. Wes Wiegand. Getting all my W's mixed up. You got Will Weber, Wes Wiegand. Whoa, did you see that 48 of Robert Richards getting really loose coming off of turn 4? So you're starting to see a little bit of maybe a little bit of overdriving there going from that 48. 55 of CJ Mason moving his way up really well as well. You got that 51 of Ronnie Shirk pulling his way up. 24 Will Weber, he's still hanging with the group.
See, Ronnie looks like he's taking his time picking these guys off one by one here, while the other ones ahead of him seem to be pushing a little bit. So, we may see a little move forward for Ronnie.
Yes, it does look like maybe that 88 is got a little bit of a tire issue going on there. You see the 51 diving down really low. See if he can make that pass going into that dog leg. He's going to run that inside lane, so he should be able to pass him. Yeah, look at that. He's going to slide up. That 88 going to look to that inside.
Man, I'm starting to cringe now almost every time these boys race. These championship guys are racing, man. It's, maybe, from a championship driver's perspective, you want these guys to play a little bit more fair. From a race perspective, I mean, these guys are just out there doing what they're supposed to be doing, just racing. But, there's just that, I don't know, you kind of want to see the championship drivers not necessarily be given positions. I mean, I'm not sitting out here saying they don't need to race these guys, they need to just let them by, but, it just gets a little cringy out there sometimes when you're watching these boys get down digging. You're just thinking, are they gonna contact, they're gonna touch? A lot of championship implications here early, man. And right now, it's just, I know a lot of these guys, sour taste in their mouth.
Yeah, it's tough when you're out there and you're one of those final 4, and if you're playing catch up a little bit right now, you're just hoping that everyone pulls over for it and gets out of the way, and the other guys are hoping that they just, or if anyone's in front, they're just hoping that everyone else gets in the way. Keep that distance as much as you can. It's nerve-wracking on both ends of things.
Yeah, look at that. The 24 Will Weber going to make a move on the inside of that 88 of Wes Wiegand. So 24 still in this game. He's only got one car in between him and that 51. So Will Weber's still not out of this. He's still got a good-looking truck under him, even though with that little bit of front left damage that he's got on that truck, doesn't look like it's affecting the handling too much.
Yeah, as you're starting to see that gap close in again, that 48 of Robert Richards starting to pull back up to that 23 of Travis White. We're starting to see it as this is what happened around that last time, about 10 laps into his run. He started to fall off just a little bit. Seems like now he's starting to lose a little bit of pace, maybe saving, but he is washing up really high to turn 3 and 4. As you're going to see that 48 of Robert Richards on that low lane, that 55 of CJ Mason, and right behind him, that 51 of Ronnie Shirk, who is still trying to work his way past some of these drivers. You know, he would love to have 3 more cars in between him and that 24 of Will Weber. Right now, he's got him and Brad Gebhart in a 2-second gap. So Ronnie Shirk, maybe not in this moment worried about what's behind him, just kind of digging here, cruising with these guys up front.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
these guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say these guys have had a couple cycles on tires now, so I guarantee you that they've learned a lot as far as tire wear goes, and it looks like the guys are starting, especially Richards here, he's managing his tires better. The fall off isn't as big, so they definitely learned something here in the first 2 cycles.
Yeah, and you know, Matt, for sure, it's one of those things you can sit and put hours and hours and hours, use the right session time, use exactly the fuel load, everything that you're going to do in your own race, and it still is going to do something different when you get out there on the racetrack. I mean, you can log hundreds of hours, hundreds of laps, I mean, whatever you want to say, and you're going to get out there, get around in that dirty air, get around those race trucks, and it's going to make that truck do things that you didn't see in practice. So definitely a lot of these guys going to learn here early on, and as you're seeing about lap 80, you're starting to see some guys come alive that maybe weren't expecting here tonight. Robert Richards, one of those drivers, man, that 48 machine, he's shown some speed at some of the shorter tracks. We know at North Wilkes-Barre he was pretty fast, and a couple of other of our shorter ovals. That 48 shown some speed on the short tracks, and it looks like here at ISM here at Phoenix, he's not going to do any different. He's up 11 spots. That 48 machine looking good as he is going to take a big dive to the inside lane. Looks like he got a huge run out of turn number 2, and he's got that gap now at the 4/10 Travis White, as he's got that 55 of CJ Mason looking like he's ready to go too. Ronnie Shirk about 7/10 back from these drivers. So first, second, third, and fourth, they are kind of a little bit of a blanket over them. But right now, they look like they're just spread out just a tad. But that second and third position getting very pushy with each other.
Yeah, it looks like that 55 of CJ Mason looks like he's got a little bit of a better run coming out of turn 2 than that 48. But when that 48 takes that dog leg, he gets a massive run. Oh, as you see him getting a little loose there, trying to get back up there on that banking. You got to be careful when you're taking that dog leg. You see the 23 and Travis White, he's washing up really wide, so he might be fighting a little bit of a tire bug as well. That 55 looked like he's getting ready to make a move.
Yeah, but he's not going to take it. He's just going to show himself. He's letting that 48 know that he's ready. He can take it. He will make it if he has to, but we'll see how that 48 responds here. It's lap 83. We still got a good handful of laps here, but that aggression level going to start kicking up here soon. As you see that 51 of Ronnie Shirk now caught back up to this 55 of CJ Mason. This battle on him and that 48's doing allowed that 51 pull back up. We'll see if Ronnie Shirk's able to make a pass stick here.
He's just slowly taking his time, inching closer to these guys as the laps tick by here.
Yeah, he has. He's just been playing that waiting game. I mean, he's been watching this 55 and this 48 battle. I mean, those are 2 freebies in front of him as long as he just plays patient. I mean, he's got a 1.5 second gap on most of that 44 Brad Gebhart. Still a 2 second gap to the other championship guy he's battling here tonight, that 24 of Will Weber. As you know, the 3 of Jason Collins, not 71 of Nate Mowrer down pit road. But so it's just that 2-car Tango out there for the championship. And right now, Ronnie Shirk leading the guy he needs to beat by 2 seconds. But sitting in 4th inside this big old gaggle of race cars up here that you just got to be on the lookout for. These guys are getting pushy up here at lap 85. You just got to be on your toes.
Yeah, if you're
definitely be on that Will.
Yeah, if you're Will Weber right now, you're just hoping for something to happen. You're hoping for a caution to come out because you did see him battling through a lot of cars that were a little slower than him. That will tear up your tires as well. So Will Weber's not out of it yet. We could have another caution that could bring him back up here into that front pack. But like we said, he's only got a car in between him and Ronnie Shirk. So like I said, he's not out of it yet. Anything can happen in these mile ovals.
Yeah, anything will happen, and if it needs to happen, or if it doesn't need to happen, if you're that driver out there not wanting a caution, it'll happen. And if you want it to happen, it probably won't. So that's just how racing seems to go 90% of the time. As looks like we are getting a good run here from that 51. He might open himself up here to CJ Mason in just a moment, as it looked like the 23 was getting loose, but I think that was just him coming off the apron, and that big illusion swing of the camera made it look like he was almost spinning there for a second, but he's all under control, just coming off that apron, getting back up on the racetrack. Just got the race car a little bit out of sorts, but he's going to gather it back up, as you're going to see that 55, 48, and 51 still just in this little bit of a three-car train, just stacking each other up and just still kind of rolling here. They're putting some gap on the guys behind them still, so they're not slowing each other down too much, so you might just see them kind of stay stagnant here and not really worry about these positions until pit road and after, once we get closer and closer to the end of this race.
Yeah, pit strategy is going to come and play a key factor in this race. It's going to be who times it right, who gets in right, who doesn't miss their pit stall, who can get out before the other guy. It's just all going to come down to that pit strategy. So Ronnie Shirk looking like he's doing a really good job up here, still hanging on to the coattails of that 55. Like you said, he's got that 24 Will Weber a second and a half back from him, about a second and 3/4 back from him right now. So that 24 is still in it. Like I said earlier, he's still in it. Anything can happen. I've been riding around in the back of the race, before, and then all of a sudden I'm in second place. So things can happen. It just all has to come down to what's happening. But right now, it looks like Robert Richards starting to fall back a little bit. That 55 of CJ Mason starting to make a move.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have two wide races coming into turn number 3 here. That 55 is TJ Mason on the inside lane. That 48 not giving up lightly. They are two wide still coming out of turn number 3. Let's see if any of them gets that car around. That 48 going to be big tight. That's going to allow that 55, right on by. And here comes Ronnie Shirk. We'll see if Robert Richards able to hold off. It looks like he's got a good little drive through, but that's going to tighten him up the racetrack. Should allow that 51 to close in a little bit here, as the 55 going to get a good run out. And yeah, here comes that 51 of Ronnie Shirk up to that 48. Looks like that 48 of Robert Richards now starting to either A, use that equipment up a little bit too much here in this battle with that 55, or B, that equipment's just already been used up, and now he's starting to get the aftermath of all that.
Yeah, look at that. The 24 Will Weber starting to pull up to that back bumper of Brad Gebhardt, starting to shrink that gap down just a little bit. Still got it in the 1 3/4 range, but he's starting to slowly close it in. So that 24 is starting to get a little bit of a drive. As you see him starting to close up on this 44 Brad Gebhardt. Once he gets around that car, he should be able to start catching these guys in front of him. It looks like the 23 of Travis White, he's still out to a really good lead. You see the 11 there. Josh Lockwood up on that top lane. He's a lap car. You see the 55, 48, and that 51 all go around him. So still everybody racing, but that 55 of CJ Mason looks like he's starting to close that gap down to Travis White just a little bit.
Pit strategy might be coming in a factor here. If we don't get any more cautions, we're going to start seeing green flag pit stops. And then I think we'll have to see who pits early, who can make up time, and how quickly people react to those pit stops.
Yeah, so Matt, were you expecting to see some gambles here on pit road? You think maybe some 2-tire strategies, maybe a little bit of an undercut here, overcut? This is getting to that point of the race where if you're not in the position you want to be in, you throw the kitchen sink out. So you maybe expecting some gambles here. I would definitely see one maybe from that 24 Will Weber. I could expect an undercut from that 24 machine, maybe thinking he could make up some time coming down early, but it's definitely going to have to be some strategies from some guys out here on the field if they're going to want to set themselves up in the best position. And the ones I'm focused on the most, those championship drivers, just going to be interested. As I say that, here comes the 24 Will Weber. Yeah, so
this will be the time to see if he makes that up.
So
if he makes up some time here. I don't think 2 tires will work unless you're going for a Hail Mary on a green-white checker type situation, but he'll definitely make up some time on these tires if these guys stay out a little bit longer.
Yeah, now it's just going to be interesting to see that 51. And there comes that 51. He's only going to undercut him by a lap, so we'll see, man. We'll see.
So as long as there's no mistakes, no speeding on pit road, all those things, that in itself will kill their run. They're going to need to keep that under control.
Yeah, we'll stay on board here with this 51 of Ronnie Shirk, since this is your championship leader. I'm trying to see on my screen where I'm looking for it. The right man, there he is, Will Weber. He's out of pit road currently, so he is getting back on that blend lane. He is on the racetrack now, so will stay here on board with this 51, as he's going to have to make up a lap, correct? Did they go a lap down here, right? Okay, yeah, you are correct. So Will isn't a lap down.
Now he should be on the lead lap. He's coming off of turn 4 now, so we should be looking to see 51 start rolling here in a moment.
Yeah, so he is going to get that position on Ronnie Shirk. Correct? Nope, Ronnie Shirk coming out of the backstretch. It's going to be tight, boys. It's like an F1 pit stop.
Tight.
It's like an F1 pit stop.
So you can see the time that he made up on him on that pit stop by pitting a lap early. He was able to get past him on that exchange.
Yeah, and they did exactly. Whoa,
Oh.
Will Weber!
Oh no!
No, 24 round. No, caution's gonna be out.
Oh,
And
my
just like
goodness.
that, it changes again, boys.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if you want an exciting race, boys, you got it.
I cannot believe that just happened. Man, I was about to say Will Weber hit the pit strategy on the money, and unfortunate for him, man. He is just going to take big contact there. Oh, man, no.
And you know what that was? Cold tires.
Old tires, man. You have spoke on that all night, Matt, and it looks like it's come to get somebody else.
I think cold tires is going to be the talk of this race.
Yeah, for sure, man. That is going to be the talk of this race. That is 3 championship contenders. Heavily damaged now. Ronnie Shirk, the only one able to hold on and be the clean race truck right now. So, man, that is opened up that door so much for Ronnie Shirk. It's not over yet, but it's looking pretty for him. Will Weber, he's going to definitely take a lot of damage repair here. I wouldn't expect to not see this driver just throw it all out here. That 24 machine's going to be moving people if he's still got a race truck under him.
Yeah, you see that aggressive pit lane entrance there. He is definitely punching that steering wheel a little bit. You know, that's one of those things. I know exactly how that feels. You come out, you're like, oh yeah, I got a good run, and then the next thing you know, the car comes out from under you. So I know exactly how that feels. I've been in that position plenty of times. Not fighting for a championship though, so that's probably the difference there, though.
Yeah, that's probably
Hey, at the rate we're going, though, I mean, at the rate we're going, you never know what might happen here. If he can get that thing fixed so he can make laps, I mean, I don't want to say that I don't want to wish Ronnie any bad luck, of course, but you never know what can happen with what we've seen so far tonight.
Hey man, you got to be careful what you say in the booth.
Oh, I know.
Especially with me and Chris around, so. Man, that is just, man, I have the sour taste in my mouth now.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate to see it, man. This was looking so good from the get-go, and it's just been, they've been dropping like flies. They've been dropping like flies, man, so it's unfortunate. You know, it started with Jason Collins and Nate Mowrer on the same caution, and now it's going to be that, that 24 Will Weber, man. That's just unfortunate. You don't like to see that, you know, especially from, you know, our perspective, man. We were expecting to see a close finish between all these guys. They were all setting it up like we were going to have that fairy tale finish, and then bam, all of a sudden we get smacked in the face with just oval luck. It's just pure oval luck. Everybody getting taken out, everybody getting ran over. You know, it's just, that just seems what to happen sometimes, and you know, it's not always the way you want it to be. It's not always pretty. But we still got a good race right now. Will Weber, he's going to be coming out. He's still on the lead lap. We'll see if he's able to get some more damage repair. Right now, that 24 is still going to be rolling. He's in the championship at the moment. We'll just have to base what we think that truck is going to do off this next run here. So we'll pay attention close to that 24.
Will's going to be hoping for another quick caution or two here, maybe, so he can get his truck fixed.
Yeah,
a little bit more.
If I'm Ronnie Shirk, man, I am taking it as easy as possible. I'm hanging out here. If they get racing around me hard, I am completely hanging out. I mean, he has got to be basically a beer can of a truck right now. So he just needs to focus on what is around him. You need to be aware if you're in that Ronnie Shirk machine. We don't need another one of those championship accidents because, hey, I mean, if you're Will Weber, you want it, but like you were saying earlier, don't want to wish any Will. Oh, looks like Travis Twitty gonna get that lucky dog. He's back on the lead lap as well, but don't want to wish no Will ill on these drivers, but let's just hope nothing gets too out of hand here. Gonna be lap 102 out of 150 coming off of turn 4. Green flag is gonna wave. Travis White, Ronnie Shirk gonna bring these boys back to green.
Yeah, if you're that 51 truck right now, you definitely have that moment of excitement, but oh, you're definitely one of those things where, oh my gosh, do we still have 43 laps or 47 laps to go?
And you just saw him literally hang that outside lane, and it looks like already Will Weber big off the pace, already 3 seconds back from your leader. So yeah, looks like
at this point, Ronnie's just gonna, if anyone wants to pass him, I just let him go. There's no need to risk it.
Yeah, if I'm sitting behind the wheel of that 51, that is exactly my mindset. You literally just took my playbook of what I would do. Whoa, let's look at that. The 42 getting
really wide.
Yeah, the 42 getting really slow there. It's going to open up the door for that 88. And you saw that 55 take a really deep line down in that dog leg. So we're going 2x2 here, coming out of turn 4. See that 51 of Ronnie Shirk. He's just hanging out up there by himself. That's pretty much where he wants to stay all night. Just nobody around him.
Brad Gebhardt, fastest lap of the session, 27.8. That's going to be the fastest lap of the race right now. That 44 machine coming out of nowhere, man. He's tuned on the jets. He's rolling here.
Yeah, he saw an opportunity there, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to go up here and show the guys that I can race too. So that 44 looking really good out here in that lead. Look back here. We still got that battle between that. Whoa, as you see that 48 getting really loose there. But he's going to get it handled back underneath him. Whoa, yeah, I was going to say, you see that 48 taking that middle lane. That was not a good choice, and they're going to file it back 2x2.
Yeah, and I just want to point out one driver that has not been strong in the race almost at all night. Unfortunately, Ed Osborne had a great run in qualify, man, put himself in second. But it seems like here in the race, he can't find that groove. He's just been all over the field. I mean, he started out in, like we said, second place. Hung out in that top 5 for the first handful of laps, and here and towards the mid part of the race, getting into the closing stages, it just seems like he's been hanging out right above that, right in that top 10 area. So unfortunate for Ed, man. I was expecting a strong run from him here tonight, but, you know, Ed's always one of those silent sneakers, or silent creepers. You never know when he's just going to show back up, and yeah, you hear that. Will Weber is just very, very off pace. Yeah, only 120 miles an hour right now.
As you can see, the field in front of him is just pretty much gone. So that 24 just having an unfortunate turn of events happen to him tonight. You see that 23 getting really tight going up into turn 2.
To give you that pace difference right now, these boys are running 120 plus in the turns almost. Getting down to as low as about 112, 110. But on exit, they're already running 123. Man, that 24 Will Weber, when we were just riding on board with him, 124 on the straightaways. Fastest he's going to get is 130. So, yeah, he is way off pace. 15 seconds already. Already lost 4 seconds from when we just looked at him a lap ago. So, he is definitely off time. So, right now, it's looking like it's just going to be given to Ronnie Shirk at the moment. Not given to him. Not going to take any away from what this 51 has done. But, and definitely not going to take away and say that, you know, he is the champion. We still got a long race to go. 40 laps this next time by. And you still got Will Weber on the lead lap at the moment. That 51 Ronnie Shirk just going to have to play it patient. Just let these guys by. You know you got a truck behind you that is not in contention anymore unless you make him in contention. So if you're Ronnie Shirk's spotter, you are telling him, let everybody by and just be the most cautious guy you can be on that racetrack right now. And we got ourselves a championship.
Yes, I'm just sitting here, guys. I just want y'all to know I feel like I have knots all in my stomach. This has just really upset me. I was looking forward to a really good race, and just unfortunate to Jason Collins and Nate Mowrer and that 24 Will Weber. Just, you know, a lot of stuff just going on the track, wrong place, wrong time. But hey, like you were saying, not taking anything away from that 51. He has driven the hell out of that car all season long, or that truck, excuse me. And it comes to show. All you got to do is like Matt said earlier, you just have to be consistent.
Consistency wins championships, boys.
Yes, sir, it does. I mean, it is one of those things that could take you a long way. I mean, you can win 4 races in a season, but if you're DNFing, you know, 6, 7 races a season, it can hurt you. But seeing these guys get out here, run every week, and even when it's not their week, still hanging on to it, still digging, still just go and go and go, and that's what you like to see. And it's that grind, it's that consistency that wins these championships. And right now, it's looking like it's going to be to one of those guys that, you know, has definitely grinded all season and just had things not go his way, had things go his way. But we're going to hold off on giving anybody the championship yet. But right now, it's looking like we've got our championship favorite. But, you know, we just don't know who it's going to be yet. 3 wide behind him, and oh no, 51 just checked out of the gas. That's exactly what you need to see.
He's doing what he needs to do. He just needs to just race his race and make it to the end clean.
This just got me full on pucker factor for a second, and I'm not even that 51 machine. I mean, he just jumped out of the gas. That is smart from that 51. That 48 of Robert Richardson, man, he is wound up. He is ready to go right now, and he is racing CJ Mason hard. They're still 2 wide, man.
These guys are getting a little racy here.
Yeah, if you're that 51, you're definitely screaming at your spotter. What in the world is he doing? Going 3 wide into the turn like that. But hey, that 48 made it stick. You saw that 51 jump out of the gas really hard. So, that was, like you said, that was a little bit of a pucker factor for me as well.
And we're still going to have a battle for this 3rd place position. Robert Richards, CJ Mason duking it out in front of our 51 machine. As, into the wall goes the 48. 51's going to have to be eyes wide open right now to those boys in front of him. Things can get hairy real quick, and he needs to be in the right place when it does, and if it does. Is that Will Weber they just pulled up on up there? Travis White, Brad Gebhardt? Yeah, that's Will Weber right there. You see up there in front? As he is about to go a lap down to these boys, so staying out there still running. He's definitely going to need, you know, just anything and everything to happen. It's good to see him still out there. He's still got the heart as he's into the wall.
Yeah, he's
going to gather back
now.
up, though.
Yeah, that damage.
He's doing what he needs to do, but it's not helping his cause any.
Yeah, as it looks like the 44 Brad Gebhardt, he's falling back to about a 1.5 seconds to Travis White. So you see that 44 probably using all of his equipment up, trying to keep up with that 23, but that 23, he's just on a good pace right now, still going. Robert Richards moved himself up into 3rd, got around CJ Mason. So Robert Richards sitting really pretty right now in that 3rd place. And like we said, we got CJ Mason in 4th. Your current championship leader, really the only contender fighting for it right now. That 51 Ronnie Shirk currently sitting in 5th. You got Wes Wiegand in 6th. Ed Osborne in 7th. Logan Russell in 8th. Michael Brisson in 9th. And then you see the 24 there of Will Weber. The 13 of Brian Terry, he's currently sitting in 10th. Travis Twitty putting himself back on that lead lap. Currently sitting in that 11th position. Got that 10th position right in front of him. So Brian Terry right in front of him. And then you got Will Weber, as we said, he's a lap down. Currently sitting in that 12th position with Josh Lockwood in 13th. And then the rest of the field, Nate Mowers currently sitting in 14th. Jeremiah Hobbs 15th and Jason Colleton 16th. But of course they are out of the race, so unfortunate for those guys.
Yeah, as we're starting to come into the closing stages of this race, should we expect some guys down pit road here? No, there might be one more pit stop left in this
I
thing.
think they're going to have to pit at least one more time.
Yeah.
When was the last time they were in?
96.
96. So they're on 121 now. We should be looking at another round of green flag pit stops here within probably the next 10 laps or so, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say should be seeing them.
Yeah, if my
Not
calculations.
100% sure on the fuel what a fuel run is. But yeah, according to your calculations, go ahead.
According to my calculations, yeah, we're going to probably be sitting at about 10 to 15 laps.
Okay.
Well, you see that 48 getting a really good run on that 44 Brad Gebhardt. He's going to take over that 2nd place position. That 44 having a lot of fall off. That's going to open up that gap to that 23. So let's see if Robert Richards, now that he's back up here in 2nd place, let's see if he can drive that truck up to that 23 of Travis White, who probably is up there conserving right now.
I just want to point out, Chris, your calculations were literally Matt's calculations, and you just added 5 laps on it, so plagiarism. It looks like Will Weber going to come down pit road. Ronnie Shirk coming down pit road this time.
Ronnie Shirk coming down pit lane. It's going to open up the gap there to that leader, but let's see how long Travis White decides to stay out on that pit lane, or on that pit strategy. Let's see how long, like we said, Robert Richards, it looks like he's starting to gain that gap up to that first place position. The last time I looked at it, he had almost 2 seconds. Now he's closed it down to 1.5 seconds. So that 48, he's got something going on in that truck.
Yeah, but we're starting to hear everybody come down pit road this time.
Yeah, it looks like Wes Wiegand's come down pit lane. Ronnie Shirk's still in pit lane. Travis Twitty coming down.
Will Weber just said congratulations to Ronnie Shirk. That's all I got to say.
Yep, I see he's sitting in pit lane for 1 minute and 17 seconds, so 24 probably going to go ahead and unstrap them seatbelts and just get out. Oh, that is unfortunate. Let's look at that, Josh. The man, the myth, the legend, Jason Collins is back out on the track.
Hey, that's really good to see him get back out there. I know he's about 78 laps down, but to finish it out still says something.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just say, you know, hey, man, I started this. I got to finish it. So it's good to see that 3 car get back out on that field. You know, like you said, even though he's got a lot of damage, still, and look at that, the 971 also back out on the track. So good to see that 971 and that 3 get back out.
They only have 7 laps difference, so I mean even though they're not in it for the championship, they're still fighting for, you know, 3rd and 4th here.
Hey Josh, we don't get to say this a lot, but look at who is currently sitting up in that lead. Brian Terry currently sitting in your first position. That 13 car off of those pit strategies. Looks like maybe he's thinking about pit lane. No, he's going to take it around again. Look at that. Travis White in that 23. He's about 14 seconds back from him. Let's see if that 23, since he came down pit lane, Brian Terry, last time he came down was lap number 99. So yeah, Brian Terry going to be coming down here real soon. You see Travis Twitty on his back bumper. He'll be getting that lap back here before too long.
Austin.
Oh, caution.
Robert Richards.
Down board with him.
He just pitted, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. 126, just literally a lap ago.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Old tires.
I'm not going to be able to guess what you're going to say, Matt.
Oh, see that 44, Brad Gebhardt. Whoa,
Look at Ronnie. Oh,
51 or Ronnie Shirk getting around. Woo! Woo!
Brian Terry's the only man on the lead lap right now. I'm trying to realize that.
Riding on board here with that 51 of Ronnie Shirk, just seeing it from his point of view. See that 48 going around? That's probably something you do not want to see at this point. And then he's like, oh, he just stayed down there because, you know, those trucks do snap back up and come up the track. So that 51 probably thinking, oh, thank you. Thank you for staying down there on the bottom of the track. Good on that 48 to hold them brakes and keep it down there on the bottom. You see Brian Terry coming down pit lane. That's going to let everybody, should cycle back around here.
They will. They're all back on the lead lap. Brian Terry was just in a league of his own there for about 3 laps, so that's what I like to say.
Well, looking at that replay for Robert Richards, that was his out lap. So that was definitely cold tires coming to play. Getting back in the gas, and then the back end just coming around because the tires didn't have heat in them yet.
That's a helpless feeling, too, looking at the field coming at you. He got ready to spin it around, but he checked her up.
Looks like he was trying to keep it off of that outside wall, so that way he wouldn't get up into the guys that were going up against the wall. So, hey, good on that 48 to keep that truck still, you know, under control. He was able to, nobody got up caught up in it. So, hey, no harm, no foul. Just gotta take it a little easier than that. So, yeah, Jason Collins trying to decide if he wanted to stay out or go in. He's gonna decide to go down pit lane. Travis Twitty also decided to come down pit lane. Look at that. Travis Twitty currently sitting in that 9th place position. So Twitty moving himself up through the pack here.
All I'm saying is you remember Martinsville, Matt Kenseth? Just keep that in the back of your mind here. And if you're smart enough to put that puzzle together, you'll know what I'm talking about. There you go.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind here as we got about 20 laps to go. This is definitely looking like it can get turned up here. The hot sauce can be put on the food and make it spicy.
Just want to go ahead and shout out everybody that's on Facebook and YouTube. Just want to say that we really appreciate you guys sticking us out through this race. Looks like we're going to have a interesting battle here going with only 19 laps to go. See everybody going around. Travis White pulling up to that pace car, so it's going to be an interesting 19 laps. As you heard, that 24, Josh said he gave him the congratulatory thumbs up. So that 24 just going to go ahead and take himself out of the competition. So right now, all it is Ronnie Shirk. If he can just cruise to the end and finish this race, he's good. I mean, technically right now, he doesn't even have to finish the race. He's just got to finish in front of the guys.
I mean, there's not enough laps for them to get him back. So, I mean, Ronnie Shirk, unless, you know, we just got the surprise, like, fake out. It looks like Travis Twitty. Yeah, Twitty's down pit lane again. Maybe a speeding penalty? Might want to go back to the leaders, though, because they're about to come back to the green. So we go, green flag, Travis White, Brad Gebhardt going to bring us back. We'll see how Ronnie Shirk decides to play this. Be interested to see if Shirk's going to go for the win here, or if he's just going to hang out. It looks like Will Weber is back out on track, so. Here comes Wes Wiegand.
I think Ronnie's going to give him a run for his money, but I don't think he's going to put himself at risk.
Yeah, you see that 88 of Wes Wiegand. He's starting to push that matter. Maybe you're going to see that 51 just get out of that way. You see that 88. He's definitely got a faster run on that outside lane, but it's like that 51. Whoa, that 88 getting right up on that back bumper. There you go. You see the 44 Brad Gebhardt. He's taking it down to the inside lane up there. So yeah, now we're on fresh tires to see if that 44 can put the business to that 23. Oh, as you see him all over that quarter panel. Woo,
These boys are starting to race for that lead. Brad Gebhardt knows he's got to get it now so he can keep that 23 behind him. But he's going to be smart right there. He's not going to take that run like a lot of drivers would. He's just going to hang it out. And he's going to recharge, go again. But we'll see if that 44 Brad Gebhardt gets up there able to push that issue again. He's fast in these early runs here, it seems like. Out of turn 4, it's going to be Ronnie Shirk still holding off that 88 of Wes Wiegand, 48 of Robert Richards, 42 of Ed Osborne behind him. As at 51 holding on to that 4th place. It's 23 Travis White, 44 Brad Gebhardt. At 55, of CJ Mason holding on to your 1, 2, and 3 positions. And it looks like Twitty is going to be coming down pit lane again. Might be some damage on that 29 machine.
You know what? I told him that I wasn't going to talk too much about him, and it looks like I talked too much about him.
Poor Twitty, man. Yeah, he can blame us again. We've let Huffy give it to us, and now we'll let Twitty give it to us, man.
I think maybe you might have next race you do for him that he's in, you might just have to not talk about him, pretend he's not there.
see, that's what I try to do. I try to always pretend, like, I try to tell him, like, look, man, I'm not going to be mean or anything, but if I don't talk about you, it's because I don't want you anything bad to happen, because every time I mention your name, something happens. And look at what happened. Mention Travis's name, bam, something happens. Always the way it goes. Sorry, Twitty. Love you, man. Looks like Travis White, he's got that lead to Brad Gebhardt built out pretty good. He's almost got a second gap on him, but that 55 is CJ Mason. He's all over that back bumper of that 44. You see that 51 on Ronnie Shirk. He's still hanging out back there, just kind of cruising. You know, like we said, he doesn't really care where he finishes or what. He just wants to finish the race. You see that 55 starting to pull up on that 44, getting a run on that dog leg. Let's see if that 55 has something to give to that 44.
Your race is going to be between those two right now.
Oh, they were about to
They're
be
getting
leaning
close.
there for a second. Yeah, I was gonna say, looks like we were about to get a touch right there, but 55 to 44 not gonna make contact. As you see the 88 of West Wigan, 42 of Ed Osborne. There comes that 3 of Jason Collins, man. He's creeping his way back to the field, and Martinsville, Matt Kenseth. I'm just gonna reiterate it. I'm reiterating it. I'm expecting it, man. I mean, what else? I mean, it's the end of the, what else? It's the end of the season.
Yeah.
Anger's anger. Yeah, I'm expecting it.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Will it happen? You don't know, but I mean, revenge is a dish best curd sold, best served cold.
Yeah, but we see that 44 Brad Gebhardt. He's starting to fall back just a little bit. That 55 starting to fall back a little bit too. That 51. He's just trying to cruise back here. I keep saying it, but man, he's trying to stay in a world of his own right now. With 10 laps to go here, 9 laps coming to the line. That 51 of Ronnie Shirk, he's just wanting those laps to tick down fast. Also, Alex Huffman said, "I always blame y'all for the curse, Josh." I got Kendra in the Facebook chat saying, "Easy, Ronnie."
Wait, who's blaming me for the curse?
Huffy.
Ah, yeah. Sorry, Huffy.
That'll be unfortunate if you have to talk about him tomorrow.
I'm just not going to talk at all tomorrow. You guys are going to get a mute stream from me. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm not talking about anybody. I seem to put bad juju on everybody. Talk about this great finish. It's awesome championship run. And then, dang it, if they don't go out there and go off 1, 2, 3, all fall out the order, and then we got one guy out there running. I mean, everybody's back out there running, but
yeah, Huffy said he fights you.
He knows where he can find me.
Yeah, as it looks like that 23, he's just got himself set up to a really good gap. As I look here, it looks like CJ Mason making a move on that 44 Brad Gebhardt, trying to get that second place position away from that 44.
Oh,
Look at
good
that
run
big
from the
drive
55
in.
mid-corner. Yeah, mid-corner. He got that thing hooked up, and he got by that 44. It's going to allow Ronnie Shirk now to get up there and work with that 44 Brad Gebhardt. We'll see how hard he forces this issue, but I just feel like that 51, he is just on cruise control right now. He doesn't really, I don't think he minds anybody passing him.
We've got 5 to go. Jason's spinning on the backstretch. Yep, just got back on the gas and it came around.
Yeah, it definitely looks like, yeah, he just got down into the corner, maybe put it in that pocket just a little too deep. Got back into the gas, coming out of the corner, and it just sent it around. But hey, he was able to keep it off the wall. I mean, just spinning those tires out, that's all.
There is a little spot there coming out of the corner. If you hit it just right, it just seems to want to bring around that rear end every time.
Shouldn't expect to see anybody down pit road. Unless you had a guy just hanging out in the field back there wanting to try to pick up a couple spots. Yeah, West Wigan, Ronnie Shirk, Robert Richards.
Ooh.
Whoa! Ronnie
They
Shirk
must have a set left in the bank here.
Yeah, I was going to say Ronnie Shirk going to take some contact, but it looks like it's not going to be anything too much. As they all three did make that last second decision. Yeah, 51 not going to take any damage from it. Looks like they just took a little kiss off the bumpers. And you see, they're all just rolling. And then Ronnie Shirk's like, you know what? Here I go. And then the 88's like, you know what? I do want some tires. And they were all thought about it at the same time. So, you know, no harm, no foul done. These guys are going to get some fresh tires. And now it's going to be an interesting battle. It's going to be fun to see if these boys got what it takes to get it done. I'm interested to see if Ed Osborne now has an opportunity on these fresh tires to maybe go up here and grab himself a win. Looks like he might be in pit road a little bit later than these guys. Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't know he was that far back on pit road, but he will lose some spots. So now it's looking like it's gonna be either Ronnie Shirk or Wes Wiegand. I mean, Robert Richards as well, man. All these guys showed speed early. That's where it gets interesting.
So you've got the top 3 guys that stayed out on old tires. Everyone else behind them are going to be on fresh tires, which is going to be to their advantage. However, we're probably going to restart. We're going to have a green-white checkered here, maybe.
Yeah,
So
we should.
I don't want to say it, but cold tires. I don't know if the cold tire, you know, I don't know if there's enough laps to get those fresh tires up to temp to get, you know, to work. Or if it's going to cause them any issues coming out of the corners like we've seen most of the night here.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, man. It is a short track. It's hard to get those tires warmed up and get them working the way you need them. They're going to have to make those moves on that white flag, so it's going to be fun to see if they don't get a good restarts here. You know, the field gets stacked up. I mean, realistically, Ronnie Shirk, Wes Wiegand, those are the guys I'm looking for. Those are the guys that I'm honestly looking to see make the moves. I mean, Ronnie's going to start on that outside lane here. I mean, he should be able to get a good roll off the line as long as CJ Mason gets off well. They should get off to a good little start here. We might see that 51 pick up a spot going into 1. And if he's able to get a good run off of turn number 2, which, like you said, those cold tires, but to see how well he's able to wheel that thing off of 2, because he should get a good hookup down the back straightaway and into 3. That should allow him, if not 1 position, 2 positions, he could pick up the win here tonight and seal that championship off. Oh my goodness, championship off in a very sweet way. That came out 4 different ways wrong. I'm so sorry. I do apologize about that.
This is going to get very exciting, boys. I'm looking forward to watching the end of this thing here.
Oh, yes, I am indeed as well. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I mean, pace lights off. You've got a couple guys up here trying to race for a race win, not in the championship. And then you got Ronnie Shirk on those fresh tires who could pick up the race win and the championship here. So we'll see. That Mustang going to take that left turn here. It's going to be the green flag coming out here in just a moment. As Travis White going to pull him back up to the restart zone. Green, green, green. Here they go.
Well, big checkup there from CJ Mason. He did not get off to a good start. You're going to see that 55 take that high line. 51 to Ronnie Shirk. He's going to take it on the inside.
He's going to dice these boys up on the inside. Here he comes. Oh, 51 picked up 2 spots, too, as well. Or did he only pick up 1? I don't think he got past Brad Gebhardt when the field froze.
48 went around on the back stretch, coming out of 2.
I was going to say, I saw that 48 going around in the bottom part of our screen as we were getting caught up there. We'll see. He's on that inside lane. He was peeking behind that 88. And it looks like what you said. Cold tires.
Looks like, it looks like the same thing that happened there to Jason Collins. You see him still on the gas, trying to keep it from going into that wall. Yeah, so those cold tires coming back to bite that 48. Like I said, it looked like the same thing happened to that 48 as did to the 3. Coming out of that turn just a little too shallow, getting back into the gas, and then the back end just wants to go around. So we got 3 laps to go. We're going to have a green-white checker number 2. Boys are going to get them racked back up one more time. We're going to see if that 51 can hand it to that 23. Do know that we did see he had a lot of speed coming out of turn 3. So if that 51, now that he's behind that 23, should be able to get a really good jump with that 23. Because, you know, he'll be able to go off of his timing. So we'll see how that 51 reacts to this. We'll see how good of a jump that 44 can get. because we did see that 55 of CJ Mason, he's now down pit lane, coming out right now. You saw those old tires just did not do anything for him.
Yeah, Ronnie jumped to the inside of him and was able to get by him before the flag came out. Like you said, watching him line up on the inside, I'll be curious to see if he's able to either follow the 23 and jump below the 44, and then you know, maybe we'll see if he's got anything for the 23.
Yeah, gonna see how this 51 handles this this situation. See him going up around the 23. Maybe he's checking some damage for somebody. You know, a lot of the drivers they will call out in driver chat to check some damage. Maybe that 23 saw something. Maybe that 51 had a little bit of damage. Maybe he wanted to see if he had something going on. But 51 getting back behind that 23 should be going green this next time around.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about, you know, how we're going to assess the situation. I'm just excited to see, you know, just thinking, how is that 51 really going to assess the situation? Does he want to go out there and just grab this win? I mean, he's on those fresh tires. I mean, he shouldn't have to race too hard to Travis White and Brad Gebhardt. I mean, you saw how he was dicing up the boys behind him as he was working his way through the field. So now I'm just excited to see if this 51 has got the win. I mean, it would just be so awesome to see him not only cap out that championship, as we know he is our guaranteed champion now for sure, but it'd be fun to see him grab that win as well. As, man, I am just very excited to talk to Ronnie once he is officially crowned the champion. It is going to be fun to hear that 51. Get excited, man. It's just been a hard season for that 51 machine. Let's see if he can cap it off with a little bit more hardware, pick up this win here at Phoenix. That'd be awesome to cap off the season. As they're going to roll through turns number 3 and 4 here. As Travis White, Brad Gebhardt going to get ready to bring this field back to green. And, you know, like y'all were saying a second ago, that 51 now on the inside lane. He should be able to get off to a way better restart. We'll see how long it is before that 23 is under attack. I say turn 3. He's got to run to him. That's green, green, green.
Got a decent jump.
Yeah, 44 is actually going to cut the 51 off here, maybe.
Yeah, he can close the door.
23 big high though.
Oh, Wiggin here with a little run on the inside.
Ronnie Shirk definitely not getting that restart he wanted. Here comes Wes Wiggin. These boys got to battle it out. White flag this time.
Whoa, did you see that big run there from that 51? Pushing that 44.
3 wide coming into one. Oh, wrecking.
Whoa, the 50.
Oh, wow.
Green's going to stay out. Ronnie Shirk going to have the run down the back straightaway. Is he going to have anything for him into turns number 3 and 4? Doesn't look like it at the moment. To the apron.
Oh, Ronnie.
Here comes Logan Russell.
So the 23, Travis White's going to take home that win. Logan Russell going to pull into that second place position. Ronnie Shirk's going to round out that top 3. And also going to be your champion.
Always fun to watch the dueling burnouts.
Yeah, bumper cars.
Yep.
Man, Logan Russell going to pick up that surprise second place, though.
You know, we hadn't talked about Logan all night, but, you know, running consistent, picking up P2. Can't
That's what I
complain
like
about
to
that.
see, man. That's what I like to see. That's a good run from Logan, man. He took the right pit strategy, came down pit road with the leaders, or not with the leaders, but with the guys behind the leaders, and was able to pick himself up in second place, man. That number 2, right place, right time there at the end. Good to see Logan Russell on the podium here tonight. But we'll go ahead and run through your results of the race right here. Is it's going to be that 23 of Travis White picking up that race win here tonight, as that 2 of Logan Russell going to be in that P2 spot. But probably the most exciting news here, Ronnie Shirk, man, going to pick up that championship. He is going to be in that P3 spot. He is going to be crowned your 2021. I'm going to assume, or excuse me, I don't know what I was about to say. 2021 truck champion for the Bluegrass series here, as he is going to be P3 tonight, as Robert Richards going to be P4, CJ Mason P5 with Michael Brisson P6, Brian Terry P7 with Ed Osborne P8, Josh Lockwood P9, Wes Wiegand P10, Brad Gebhart P11, Travis Twitty P12, Will Weber P13 with Nate Mowrer P14, Jason Collins P15 with Jeremiah Hobbs P16, and Wyatt Brackett in that P17 position. Excuse me, Wyatt Brackett wasn't on the track. So, yeah, that is going to round out your field here tonight. But, man, just a crazy night. Definitely not what I expected coming in tonight. This was definitely a big turn of events here early in the race, and we just started seeing our championship drivers falling off one by one, and that was a crazy finish to the season, I would have to say.
Yeah, definitely a crazy end to tonight's race, but we saw Ronnie pull it out, and congratulations to him for sure in order.
Yeah, indeed, that was fun right there at the end, man. Everybody on those fresh tires, some people not. It was fun to watch those boys race it out the end. I mean, all throughout the night, we saw hard racing. I mean, we saw some guys make some contact. We've got a lot of controversy after tonight, but hey, that's just that's racing, man. That is definitely how these oval races tend to turn out. A lot of controversy, and people you don't expect winning, or people getting those runs that you don't expect to get in those runs. It's been one of those nights here at Phoenix, man, and definitely on a night with championship implications. Probably not the night you want a night like that to happen, but it still did, and you saw the big effect it played in here at Phoenix tonight, and it was unfortunate for some of our drivers, but for Ronnie Shirk, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have it any other way. He's probably just glad he got that championship. But we are going to go ahead and have a word with our championship winner here first. He did finish P3. Usually we go from P3 anyways to first, but we're going to go ahead and have a word with Ronnie Shirk, your championship winner, and have a word with your champion as we're about to bring him down into the booth. Ronnie Shirk, Chris, Josh, and Matt up here in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I gotcha.
Man, oh man, Ronnie, you have just won the championship here at Phoenix, and I am pretty sure that sounds so sweet to hear. I mean, man, you have had just a season of a lot of ups, but not necessarily a lot of downs. But you've definitely had your moments where it hasn't looked great. And then Ronnie, you have just got up on that wheel, man, week in and week out. You've grinded it out, you've stuck it out, and you did it here tonight, man. I mean, one of those drivers that was just on his mark. I mean, we had the 3 of Jason Collins out early, 971 as well in that same caution. And then, racing that 24 Will Weber there as he was making that undercut. He got around on himself on cold tires and, took himself out of contention. I mean, it was just seemed like it was the survival of the fittest out there. And Ronnie, you picked it up, man. And after a hard fought season all year, that 51 machine's the champion, man. And that sounds awesome to say. Congratulations, Ronnie, on picking up that third place here tonight, but more importantly, picking up that championship win for the season.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the rims won Chevy. We were playing it safe all night. I was just gonna let them race themselves, and I knew they would do what they had to do, and I just kept to my game plan, and I was just gonna play it safe all race, and it did what it did, and I ended up victorious over the whole thing, and yeah, we were. I believe I had a shot at Jason at the end, White 23. Yeah, I believe I had a shot at him, but I just wanted to play it safe and finish where we did.
Well, man, playing it safe obviously worked off, Ronnie. You were able to pick up that third place, that championship win, man. It was like you said, just an awesome season from you. I mean, we saw you pick up that win last week, and in dramatic fashion too. We had some frustration from some people. From others it was excitement. You picked up that win there, and you kept it going. You performed when you needed to perform. Most importantly, like we've said all night, consistency is key. And Ronnie, that 51, as we all said it all season, Shirk on the lurk, man. You were on the lurk tonight, and you definitely picked up that championship win in fashion. It was just awesome show from you, man. Awesome to see you hoist that championship up here, and very, very excited still to say Ronnie Shirk is our champion. But Matt, we had Matt up here in the booth. Matt, you got any words for Ronnie before we get him ready to go here tonight?
Yeah, hey Ronnie. First off, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Glad to see you join the ranks as a Bluegrass champion. Definitely awesome to see. You ran a solid race tonight. Your truck, you seem to be in control of your truck every lap. I didn't see you get out of shape at any point, and you seem to hit your marks at every corner. So, you ran one heck of a race, and I'm happy that you were able to pull that out. So, again, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. And like I said, thanks again to Justin Winters. He was on the box and coaching me through and crew chiefing me through the whole race. And then I had Adam Lancaster as well. And Rims One, go to rims1.com or online.com and get some rims for you guys. But thank you to Jason for all that he does and puts on the iRacing series. You guys for putting the broadcast on, and yeah, and I want to thank Finish Line Wash Pros as well. They were my sponsor throughout the whole season, except these last 2 races. But yeah, we're champions.
Heck yeah, Ronnie, man. It just sounds like you are relieved, man. And relieved is probably a good thing right now. It's just so good that we are able to say that you are the champion, man. I'm glad that you were out here all season, put on one heck of a show week in and week out for these fans. I mean, Ronnie, you were always making up moves every race, and it's good to see you up here. I mean, that's what we need. Another champion like yourself that's not afraid to get it done, and you got it done here tonight, and it's good to see you up there holding that championship on the podium, man. So, hey, Ronnie, before we let you go tonight, going to say, we know you got a couple of shout-outs there, but if you've got any other final thoughts or words before we let you go, we can go ahead and get those out, and we'll let you get on here and celebrate that championship tonight, buddy.
All I gotta say is, boys, you better be ready for the Xfinity series, because here I come.
Can't wait to see that.
Man, Ronnie putting the stamp on him, calling him out. That's what we like to hear. So, Ronnie, excited to see that, man. Hopefully you do good in the Xfinity cars. Congratulations tonight, and good luck in your future endeavors, man. Excited to see that Ronnie Shirk 51 machine moving up into the Xfinities. See you working those next step of cars. So, hey, congratulations tonight, buddy, and looking forward to you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ronnie. Go celebrate, man. You definitely deserve it. All right, well, that was Ronnie Shirk, your third place finisher of the race, but your winner here tonight. But Chris, what do you have to say? All right, so we're going to go ahead and have a word with that second place position. It's going to be Logan Russell. Logan Russell, Chris, Josh, and Matt up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, oh man, Logan, you were just a surprise out of nowhere there at the end. You decided to come down pit road under that first, or before that first green white checkered, excuse me, take those fresh tires, moved your way up a little bit through the field, and there at the end, you found the right opportunity, pounced out of turn 4, picked yourself up in second place here tonight. How you feeling, Logan, after sitting P2 here at Phoenix?
Feeling great, man. Actually, first top 3 of the season. It's been a long season, been kind of caught up in some bad luck stuff here and there. Couple top 5s, missed out on making the playoffs by a couple points. That was disappointing, and so it's good to end the season off on a good note.
Yeah, man, it's always good to get the right foot going towards the end of the season. Definitely good to end that season on a high, man. It's good to see that number 2 machine. Like you said, we have definitely seen that too have its fair share of beat up sheet metal, and just having to get a lot of damage fixed, unfortunately, this season. And we know you've got a fast truck, man. That two's ran really good at a lot of racetracks early, and you've been caught up in some stuff, or some stuff's just not gone your way, or wrong pit strategies, just basic things. But Logan, you looked strong here tonight. You had the right strategy, had the right run, and you got yourself a P2, man. If that's how you look at here at the end of the season, these boys definitely going to have to be looking out for that too, Logan Russell next season. It's going to be looking good for you. As you picked up a lot of momentum here. It's good to see you chop those boys off there at the end and pick up that P2.
Yeah, it was great. It was pretty crazy ending. A lot of action going on in those last couple corners. I lucked out on, I think, was it turn 1 and 2, going into the last lap and slid underneath and avoided a little wreck. And then coming around 3 and 4 on the last lap, I went outside, and I think it was Ronnie that was low. I got past him and got second, so pretty pumped.
Heck yeah, man! You are more than what's man? I forget
Deserving.
words. Deserving. Thank you. Yes, more than deserving. Thank you, man.
Thank
I
you,
completely
Matt.
zone out when I
I got
get
you,
excited
Logan.
talking to you guys. Thank you. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
more than deserving of that second place. It is so awesome to see that Ford up there and running on the podium, man. You have just had a hard, long season that you have just fought through, and a lot of adversity, and it's all came back to fruition here, man. Picking up that first podium. Congratulations, man, on
Yeah,
that.
man,
Number one.
it was great. I gotta thank yours truly, Matt Grenier, up in the box tonight. He's helped me out a lot this season, as well as the rest of Team New England in the Cup Series. Brand Robinson, Dave Brackett, Wyatt Brackett. Those guys have helped out our Team New England down the Truck Series all this season, taking time out of their nights and days to help us out with some of their veteran thinking around the track and showing us the best lines. And so actually right before the race started, I got with Wyatt Brackett, and he jumped on for about 10-15 minutes and helped me out. So thanks to all of them. So it was big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Logan, you've done a
Sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
No,
You've
no,
done a
you.
great job, Logan. Watching you progress this season, really been fun to watch, and getting P2 here tonight, definitely deserving. Was hoping you were going to make the playoffs, get into the further rounds, but you've definitely shown that you can compete, and I look forward to seeing you compete in the future and run up front in more races like I know you can.
Yeah, definitely. Got to get a shout out to my my teammate as well in the Truck Series, Scott Madden. He's got an injury, so he can't drive right now, but he's been helping me out, spotting for me and watching on the broadcast. So shout out to him as well.
All right, well, Logan, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here tonight, man. With you again, congratulations on that podium, man. It was good to finally have you up here in the booth. I know you're more than excited to take that step up on that second podium step. And hey, again, congratulations on that podium. Don't know any guy more deserving in the field than maybe that 2 machine after all that hard fought season. And again, congratulations. It's been a pleasure to have you up here in the booth, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next season.
All right, heck yeah. We'll be seeing
Have a good night.
We'll be seeing you then. You too as well.
Later.
Right, and that was that too of Logan Russell. So yeah, just give us one moment here. I need to have a word with Chris, and we will see what we are carrying on throughout here with the broadcast. So just give us one moment.
All right, as we're I see a couple of the guys are talking with Travis White real quick. So we're trying to figure out what's actually going on. But we'll go ahead and run you through this race results real quick while we're waiting on that first place position. Got Travis White in first with Logan Russell in second. Ronnie Shirk in third with Robert Richards in fourth. C.J. Mason in fifth. Michael Brisen in sixth. Brian Terry in seventh. Ed Osborne in eighth. Josh Lockwood in ninth. Wes Wiegand in 10th. Wes Wiegand in 10th, Brad Gebhart in 11th, with Travis Twitty in 12th, Will Weber in 13th, Nate Mowrer in 15th, Jason Collins in 16th, Jeremiah Hobbs in 16th, excuse me. So that's going to round out your race here tonight. We're going to, like I said, we're going to take just a second, so just bear with us for 1 second while we figure out what is going on with our first place position.
All right, as we are back here, sorry about that little bit of a wait. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer going on right now. So we're gonna let those guys settle that out. Don't want to. We're just gonna let bygones be bygones with those guys. But for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it up as they are still just having a little bit of discussion right now. And Travis White was your winner. We're not gonna get the word from him right now. As they're just, like I said, having a discussion right now. Race car drivers being race car drivers. Yeah, but just make sure to check out the Facebook and what'd you say, Chris? Excuse me, sorry.
I'll go ahead and say it. Just make sure we are giving away the Buttkicker gaming to anybody that likes the stream, likes the Facebook page, comments on the page, and also goes to Buttkicker's Facebook page and likes their page too. We have an app that is keeping track of everybody who does that. So tomorrow night during the race, we will actually have a drawing for that Buttkicker, and we will give that out on the air. So make sure to go to the Facebook and watch out for the information there. We do also have the money going out, like with everything going on. Just going to kind of, like we said, just going to kind of cut it short here. But yes, Travis White did take home your first place position. I want to say he did win some money. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I want to say it was $500, but I don't want to. I don't know if that was all together.
That might be the championship,
yeah.
I think.
So I do apologize.
Yeah, the championship's 500.
That was the championship.
Yeah. So I all my numbers are everywhere. I'm so sorry. It has been a crazy night, but yeah, just make sure to go to the Facebook, like the page, stream, share the stream, comment on the Facebook, and then also like the Buttkicker page and Buttkicker page, and we will let you know tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, hey, this has been Chris, Josh, and Matt up in the booth, and we've had a fun night up here as we saw Ronnie Shirk grab that championship. But just gonna say, if you're on that YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, so you know when we go live throughout the Cup race tomorrow, as it's gonna be a full race here at Phoenix. And then yeah, other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it here tonight. As again, we saw Ronnie Shirk pick up the championship, and yeah. So other than that, we saw some pretty big action. We saw a lot of championship, implications early with some drivers being taken out early, and that just opened the door wide open for Ronnie Shirk. That 24 Will Weber went around, but other than that, it's gonna be Chris, Josh, and Matt up here in the booth signing tonight. We'll be seeing you tomorrow night at the Cup race.